And welcome back to Grand Finals of Golden Duel On. It's 90 versus Ljovynn. 90 coming from loser's side and Ljovynn coming from winner's side. Starting on River Drift.
Interesting choice for 90 to redraw there. Instead going with the opening of Town Control. Not a card I see very often from anyone other than 90.
Yeah, 90's been pushing it a lot. I expect we to get Dynamo Roller facing Handle up now.
A bit of a Dyna moment here. Very strong on River Drift.
Yeah, Dynamo is a very, very strong card on most maps. It looks like it appears that 90 has a lot of 7 long cards. Trying to find a way to play them. Does slightly lose the Pierce, but does charge a special for 90.
Not quite the best region of space to be using the big swig there. Although does get a really good overlay over that steelhead. Both players now in more of a neutral position, although 90 is a bit more pushed up the board, or the stage rather, compared to Ljovynn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am noticing this is definitely not in the deck we saw last time from Ljovynn. We will not see a first round Grand Finals, probably.
Interesting play of the suction bomb there. Although I think it's going to be mostly for nothing. 90 here plugging the hole with the Clash Blaster here.
Unless Ljovynn has an ink brush or something, which is something that Ljovynn has run in the past on River Drift. There might be a way for an ink brush to fit it, though, although I'm really not sure. Fortunately, Ljovynn is going to get cut off, but that is still decent progress inwards to 90's base.
Yeah, both players on much more of an equal footing in this mid-stage of the game.
Yeah.
90 seeming setting up a combo with the Elitoscope here on the left-hand side. They're probably going to be wanting to draw, I think it's Crack-On for this combo quite quickly. They probably don't want it in the final turns.
Yeah, that does look like Crack-On will fit very, very well there. Although Crack-On, even in the final turns, assuming you have the special for it, could be used very, very well as a special. You're going to see Tri-Slosher building Knight, probably. Assuming they place it down, that will charge 90 up to 2 special, which will let them use Wiper if they want to try to poke through. Although at this point, it does not look like it will be worth it.
Very effective use of space right now. Are they going to want to? No, that seems a bit. They're still waiting on drawing their Crack-On, which is in their deck now. But
yeah,
whether or not they want to wait, trust that they draw it sooner rather than later, I'm not so sure.
L3. Not exactly what they want to see at the moment. I think 90 is very much considering just taking the points. Taking the free points from the heavy. And of course, everybody knows the second that you do play the heavy, the Crack-On will get drawn next turn.
Absolutely. 100% next turn, it will arrive.
Assuming the heavy gets played. Otherwise, it'll come final turn. Yep, opts to stop waiting on the Crack-On. Okay, fair enough. He didn't get drawn. Oh! Dapple Auber fits very well right there. It does only charge 1 special, but
it's a very high. It's a large number of points and it will let them play that triple link strike on the final turn. Ljovynn with the points advantage right now, sitting at 5 special after playing that Hydro Splatling on the previous turn. They're probably going to be specialing this turn, so we're going to see if 90 is in a good position to defend.
Yeah, we'll have to see what size card Ljovynn special. It will be a splatter shot. That will be 14-point swing, and we're tied up going into the final turn. Unfortunately, or fortunately for 90, the final turn crack on saves them.
It might not be used in that combo that they were setting up, but it's definitely going to give them a big advantage here. 14 points, bigger than a 312. And they're using it quite effectively there.
That, I think, will score more points than the perfect 312 could.
Yeah, it would. Because it's got 12 of those spaces are on... 12 of those spaces are on Ljovynn's turf.
Yeah, even a perfect Ultra Stamp can't clutch this out. And 90 taking game 1 on River Drift. Thankfully not falling prey to the greatest weakness, being Burst Bomb.
90, I think, made a very good call there not to wait for the crack-on to put into that combo that they were setting up there, even though it would have given them a ton of special points. Often, a lot of the skill in table turf at these high levels is knowing when to cut your losses and make the best of a bad draw situation, which 90 demonstrated there really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Game 2 being set on Main Street, which is one of Ljovynn's favorite maps.
We're seeing 90 again bringing out their double 312 deck, both Ultra Stamp and Crab Tank being part of this deck. We'll see if they're able to get use out of it here.
That is an interesting way of playing heavy.
Very aggressive placement of Hydra here, getting that special point way up towards Ljovynn's starting area.
Yeah, I think that's really the main intention here. Just want to make sure that you'll have something to special off of late game. And then as soon as that's placed, you can either go back to farming special in your base, or just taking more area.
Oh wow, Ljovynn deciding to play really defensively here. Similar to the last game.
Which, very understandably, Ljovynn's deck is built all around his insane base combos. His deck combos like nothing I've ever seen before.
I remember they're a big fan of N Parry as a card for base combos, I know.
Yeah, specifically, and N Parry plus Octo Bomber is a very good combo with 2 very, very large cards that'll get 2 special when placed on the wall. In addition, there's going to be supporting cards like Power Clam and Steelhead we'll see at some. All to go just continue that and fill in the space in the captain. And that Suction Bomb is going to set up a great spot to later special off of for Ljovynn.
Very, very vulnerable area of turf. Ljovynn, if they're able to play onto that left-hand patch of turf there, they'd be able to get some really good specials off, really effective specials in that area right now, unless 90 is able to play cards in that middle to middle left region of the stage.
Yeah, and we are seeing Ljovynn building up special. I am curious if we're going to see early special attack to try to pierce. It appears we will not. But,
I think we might be seeing the beginnings of that Emperor Octobomber special combo there.
Yeah, that is the start of it. Emperor is going to be played right in that top right corner. And then there'll be a small gap right left there to fit Power Clam in, and then Steelhead is gonna fit inside the Captain. 90 is taking a long time to try to figure out what's the best way to sandwich all these cards into his base.
I think 90 might be wanting to. Oh! We're seeing a pass there from Ljovynn. Huge tile disadvantage there.
That is very, very unexpected. There's the on parry.
And Ljovynn going to have to play a huge game of catch-up now. With that available turf in the top left-hand corner, they haven't got a lot of space. They're going to have to use it really effectively.
Wow. It looks like 90 is about out of places to play cards, and unfortunately we'll have to join Ljovynn in passing. Or we can see an early special attack, which I think is a very, very good play right here. Trying to pass the splatter shot. Ooh.
Both players on a little bit more of an even footing here, but 90, again, not in a great situation. They might be forced to either special, presumably with the wiper here, or with the tri-stringer. Oh no! Oh, not again! No, please, not a repeat of Duel on 9. No.
That was a host DC. We're gonna have to figure out who the host was. Yet another strike of 90's internet. Well, we'll have to see if it was 90 or Ljovynn.
That was quite unfortunate. I was hoping to see how Ljovynn was going to be able to use that area, remaining area in the top left-hand side of their stage. We know that, of course, Ljovynn is very, very good at using their base area, but with the passes they done previously, I think it was going to go really down to the wire as to the draws that both players were getting.
Yeah, I think at that point, Ljovynn was just waiting on Power Clamp to be able to score the last two, or just score two more special, and then be able to special the rest of the turns. Not sure if we've heard who the host was, or who the point will go to. Well, I'm sure that's getting checked out. We are going to be starting the next match. On Square Squared. And so we have just gotten confirmation that it was a DC from 90, and Ljovynn will be no, it was a DC from Ljovynn, and 90 will be given point. Anyways, that is a rough starting hand from Ljovynn. Did we switch which player we're spectating?
I think we may, yes. I think we're spectating Ljovynn now.
Okay, that explains why I was so confused about the scores. Alright, alright, well, time to spectate, Ljovynn.
Turn 2 clash there between the ballpoint and the steel eel.
Yeah, we're gonna see, Ljovynn likes to make his moves very quickly, and just in general be very confident. Unfortunately, getting shut out by the heavy splatling.
not the card you generally expect to be winning clashes and walling off stages of the map.
Yeah, absolutely not. Ljovynn is kind of in a pickle right now. Most areas kind of cut off. At least, especially considering the cards that are currently in his hand.
Ljovynn seemingly wanting to reach around that top right-hand corner to get at that back flank on the right-hand side of the stage.
Unfortunately, getting cut off there as well. 90 has secured a good chunk of the map all to themselves. And we're going to see, now that that's been secured, 90 is going to be pushing into Ljovynn's base.
90 probably going to be wanting to play as disruptively as possible right now, trying to deny Ljovynn tiles and space, maybe wanting to force Ljovynn to have to pass.
Yeah, here's that is what 90 wants to do, because that Splat Charger play actually just kind of divided that area in half, making it so neither side can be really played off of.
Oh, the special clash!
Oh no! The special tile does get eaten up. Luckily this Tri-Slosher will still be able to claim 2 special for Ljovynn. Which this will give Ljovynn the ability to special in and take, hopefully take a little bit of 90's remaining turf. Or not.
Ljovynn instead seemingly wanting to build up special in that top left-hand corner. I think they might be wanting to use the Wiper up there this turn.
Yeah,
90 in a much better position with their combo setup there with the E-liter and the Tri-Slosher at a lead in both tiles and also in terms of special, even though it's only 1. Kind of an unusual pick, Inkvac, not a 312 we see very often in competitive, although I know Ljovynn's quite the fan.
Yeah, Ljovynn has does use Inkvac in quite a few of their decks.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ljovynn running out of time!
No, will result in a pass, and Ljovynn...
Yeah, oh no, yeah. That was awful! Oh no, Ljovynn getting caught out by the very strict timeout rules that we have.
Yeah. Looks like Ljovynn is going to counterpick to Squares, or it's not Squares, X Garden.
Oh, I think I know what they're going to play. I think I know what they're going to play. Do you know what they're going to play? Yep.
90 drew it too.
The classic opening play on X Garden. Are we going to see the Dino moment? Yes, we do. We see it. Yes, let's go. Oh,
nothing less than what I would expect.
In the finals of Gold Duel On, we see the quintessential X Garden play.
And Ljovynn have running a lot of 7-longs, which is a very, very good strat in this match.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Ljovynn using a deck specific to this stage. Unsurprisingly, with the sides of the stage being 7-long, you can do quite a lot of manipulation and walling off of the different parts of the stage.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ljovynn not quite getting the shutout on either side of the map. And that kind of that kind of puts him in a rough spot, as the 7 longs, which are normally quite valuable on this map, don't really have anywhere they can be played.
I can see a good spot for the sloshing machine for Ljovynn on that left-hand side, tucked underneath the tentacle of Captain, but I don't think Ljovynn's seen that.
Do see that, but I think the reasoning... no, that would have been a pretty good play.
It's still open to them. They might decide to use it still.
Oh, so close. Not seeing it. Although Ljovynn could see it and just be opting not to go after it.
Yeah, I think they might be trying to set up a combo with the steel eel in that left-hand side.
It kinda looks like it. I really can't tell.
Ooh, special overlay there.
That eats up the special block, and that covered almost all of that splat roller.
I see what Ljovynn was trying to do now. They were trying to set up a combo for the slosher there.
Yeah. Missed the opportunity to have a steel eel mirror. Perfect mirror. Oh! It was a very, very good wiper play.
Very aggressive. They're going to be able to pierce right over into 90's side of the stage in the late game, although both players right now with minimal special.
Yeah, this is... And we're seeing Tri-Slosher gaining 2 special for Ljovynn. We may see that now, we may see that later. But that will be very, very useful for helping catch up. That is a very interesting rotation for the level judgment, a very interesting rotation for the reflux, although I assume 90 has
I think 90 might be wanting to set up a slosher combo, possibly?
I don't think slosher fits there. I'm pretty sure that's hero shot.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
And taking time to go fill in the other side with ballpoint. Ooh!
Oh, I see what Ljovynn's been planning. I see what they've been cooking. Going to be putting the steel eel there. Well, they could. Although, I think they're going to be opting for the special instead.
That is a very, very good play. I am curious if we're going to see 90 fill in the rest of their base before this game ends. There's only 2 turns left, and if 90 wins this, we will be going to bracket reset. Ljovynn opting the special, trying to maximize points gained. Best he can. Ljovynn having a 6-point lead going into final turn.
Interesting use of Inkstorm here from Ljovynn. I'm not sure it's the best 312 for the job right now. Not the most efficient placement there.
Yeah, I think I see a couple positions where it can be played to at most guarantee a draw, assuming this is a perfect 12. But we'll have to see. This is very close.
Yeah, really close. I think 90 got a slightly better placement of the special there, but it's not enough. Ljovynn taking it to 2 each in grand finals.
As we're going to game 5, the first set of grand finals. This is very, very close, and this will be 90's counter pick. So 90 will have a slight advantage going into this game. We'll be seeing a lakefront property.
and what might be the final game of Gold Duel On is going to be on lakefront property here. Quite good draw from Ljovynn here, drawing the Dynamo and the tower control first turn here.
Yeah, that is a very, very good draw. I am curious which orientation we will see this Dynamo in. Or if we may see tower control opening. Tower control is still a pretty good opening on this map.
Yeah, it really sets Ljovynn up well for attacking or walling off on both sides of the stage. Ljovynn also using a new deck than one we've seen previously, the Goo Tuber there. Not a card you see very often. I think Ljovynn is going to be using it specifically in conjunction with Hero Shot.
Hero Shot doesn't quite fit in it. Although Slosher Deco, I think it's one of the two Sloshers fit very well with it. And I'm not quite sure what else, if anything else, does.
I think we'll see quite a big clash there between the Elitoscope and the Dynamo. I think 90 coming out slightly, doing slightly better out of that than Ljovynn has.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I do think 90 is most likely going to pierce through it. I just... No!
90 instead deciding to play more defensively there. Probably a good play, I think.
Although, we are going to see the Goo Tuber try to be used to wall off some part of the map. Heavy Splatling also works.
That heavy Splatling placement there, quite vulnerable to being pierced. Yeah. 90 having a large amount of access to the bottom half of the stage right now. Instead, maybe deciding to... what I can? I'm not sure. Ooh, clash there between the Little Judd and the Tentatek there. 90 with a huge amount of access to that bottom, middle and right part of the stage. Ljovynn does not have many parts of the stage where they can safely build combo in.
Yeah, this is gonna be very, very close. I'm noticing that Jovynn's base is a lot more it just has a lot more empty space. So I think right here at least it'd be better for Ljovynn to go focus on locking down their base, or at least taking as much of it as they can before moving on to going and taking 90s. Although right now, there may be a good chance that Ljovynn has tricked 90 into going and blocking off their base immediately right now, but we'll have to see.
I'm interested to see how Ljovynn's going to be using this Goo Tuber. I think when we saw their deck very briefly when they were checking out their cards, I didn't see any other cards that would be able to fill that diagonal other than Hero Shot, and that's not going to fit there now, so...
Yeah. I think at this point, Ljovynn's just trying to place it as a way to fill space. Ninety, just trying to build up a special lead to make sure that they can special as much as they want going into the end game. Fortunately, I think Ljovynn was hoping not to draw some other card and not have to play this dinger like that, but they do. Now we're going to be able to see the suction bomb scoring 2 more special for Ljovynn, which will give, most likely give Ljovynn the special lead. No,
both players on equal footing going into these final 2 turns. Ljovynn deciding to go with the captain. Are they going to be able to get the necessary special points in order to use the final turn through 12? I think that captain's going to have to be in quite a suboptimal place.
I think I saw quite a few options. Hero Shot, still a very, very good option. Only having to claim 1 special point in order to make up. Running low on time. Ljovynn has not found a good spot yet. I'm going to panic place it somewhere.
Both players neck and neck going into this final turn. Are we going to be seeing the bracket reset, or is Ljovynn going to be our winner? It's Ljovynn struggling to find ideal places to place their Tenta missiles here, whereas 90 has got quite a reliable area over on that middle top area of the stage where they played the Crack-On in the previous turn.
Yeah. Is real gonna have to come down to how well this triple link strike is placed. And that looks like a very, very good placement.
I can't call this. I don't know what it's going to be.
90 takes it by 1 point.
A single point going into the bracket reset. We're going to be seeing another set here in Gold Duel On, going right to the end there, right down to the wire. I mean, wow. Yeah, I knew it was close. I didn't know it was going to be a single point between them.
That is insane.
We're going to be going straight into this final section of Grand Finals here.
The final 5 games, which we will see if we'll have a game 10. That would make it for a very fitting end for the most stacked table turf tournament ever.
Going on to Thunderpoint here, I don't think we've seen it played so far. Ljovynn, very large deck here. DJ Octavio, Shiver, Octobomber. I don't know what to say. I've never seen a deck like this before.
That is a very, very large and unorthodox deck. Octavio and Shiver are the two. They're the 2 largest cards that you really don't see very much in comparison to Captain and Rye. But I'm very, very curious how Ljovynn plans to make use of it. Either trying to push aggressively and risk the clash, or using it to wall off their base with just the sheer size of it.
One of the things about these really big cards is that it doesn't necessarily matter if your opponent manages to win the clash over them, because there's so much tiles there that you might still be able to pierce the other side and protect your own area. So in these early stages of the game, using these really big cards comes with very little downside.
Yeah, absolutely. And while the map's so open, the odds of a clash occurring are significantly lower than when there's a lot less space in the map. Ooh.
90 not managing to get the pierce there. That's going to be huge for Ljovynn.
Right there, we see the value of Tri-Stringer. It simultaneously blocked the attack from Big Swig and pierced it at the same time.
90 managing to lock off that right-hand side with a really good placement of the Crack-On there, but Ljovynn reaching up through this very narrow section over on the top left.
Trying to see any way to poke through.
90, really, not a lot of space for 90 right now.
Yeah, well, 90 Both of them are now kind of relegated to filling in their bases. And it does not look like. Oh no, Octo Bomber's not being ran in this deck. It's just on parry.
Ljovynn, obviously very famous for their base combos.
Yeah,
you would think they're in a advantageous position right now, but we will see. 90 might surprise us here, being locked into that very narrow section over on the top section of the map.
Yeah, it is a fairly safe. I would assume that Ljovynn's move here would be to place the suction bomb into that hole created by the machine. But instead opting to play Power Clam right in the middle of their base, I'm going to assume they have some big base combos planned. And it looks like with Forge, they do in fact have base combos planned. That Forge fits very well in there. Also allowing for the Suction Bomb to be played to gain another 2 special points.
Yeah, really compact placement of all of the cards there. 90 as well, no special tiles anywhere near that dense structure there. So Ljovynn's quite a big advantage going into this late stage of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And 90 has a very, very wide open area with absolutely 0 special blocks whatsoever. That is going to be prime real estate to just special all over.
Ljovynn managing to get maximum value out of this special here. I think they're also going to get maximum value out of the Ink Vac if they're able to play that as well.
Yeah, with area as wide open as that, I'd be surprised if you couldn't find a way to fit it in fully. Ooh, opting to Ink Vac turn 2. I'm curious if we'll see the reason why next turn.
Oh, I think I can see it. I think they've been saving a space for Emperry in the bottom right-hand corner, which they haven't drawn yet.
Oh, I see that. That I didn't even notice that. That makes a lot of sense. That is a really, really nice base combo. Nothing less than I expect from Ljovynn. And we will see both 312s played on that second last turn. We're going to have to see if 90's going to be able to special a full 15 size. And we're going to have to see if that's going to be enough.
And Ljovynn with the very, very neat base combo with the Emperor slotting right in there. Really masterful play right there. 90 special points only really in the mid here, whereas all of Ljovynn's cards have been placed over in their base area. I don't think 90 is going to be able to get the maximum value out of that Dynamo Roller that they need to win this game. Ljovynn with quite a comfortable 10-point lead, taking the first game of the bracket reset in Grand Finals.
It was a very clean win. Very, very impressive base combos. And it will be 90's counter pick going into game 2. So, I think I'm not sure what map 90 is actually going to counterpick to. I would expect either square squared or lakefront as what 90 is historically counterpicked to.
I think we're going to be going to square squared now, actually. One thing I noticed with this match so far between Ljovynn and 90 is that both players are going to be... I think they've spent a very long time selecting their decks between games, which I think is very interesting. Both players, I think, have a large number of decks that are stage specific?
Yeah, not entirely. Oh, time. No, timer should have been set. I'm not sure why we had to give up there. One of them may have picked the wrong thing. Which
I know that, like I was saying, both players using a large number of decks, it is entirely possible that one of them picks the wrong one by accident.
Yeah. Oh, having word that one of the contestants is having internet problems.
Yeah, not ideal. We do not want to repeat of Duel on 9, where the final turn, the final game, is cut short by a DC. We do not want that at all. Please do not let that happen.
Yeah, ideally we want both players to be here unimpeded by their internet. So. Alright.
I mean, I was going to ask who you think is more likely to win this final bracket reset, but honestly, both players really equally matched in this final grand finals here. I don't know which way it's going to go. What do you think?
I'm not sure. Ljovynn did take game one and currently has the advantage, but this is still either player's game. As I think I said earlier, I'm rooting for 90, but Ljovynn, I think Ljovynn is probably more likely to win this.
I'm a really big fan. I've been a big fan for a long time of Ljovynn's really unusual decks that you don't see elsewhere. Those really impressive perfect base combos, usually using Emperor like we saw in that Thunderpoint game there. It's really hard to play against that if you don't have a special point really far up the stage towards Ljovynn's spawn area. If Ljovynn is able to get that combo going together in the game, I mean, your chances of winning significantly diminished.
Yeah, absolutely. Ljovynn's like base combos, his combos in general and his decks, like some of the best, or basically the best decks I've seen that anybody has ever made in Table Turf. I've not seen one that even rivals any of them.
And also the ability to switch between those decks and play them to such a high standard is not actually something you see very often at this highest stage. Quite a lot of contestants, quite a lot of our players here in Golden Duel On play one main deck for the vast majority of stages and then swap onto a custom deck for maybe Double Gemini or occasionally River Drift.
I'm not sure. To my knowledge, I think it's just Showers that does that, and AJ, who unfortunately did not see a game from, might. I'm not actually entirely sure. But from the looks of it, 90's internet issues are hopefully solved.
I think we're going to be going back in here.
Yeah.
Right, back to Square Squared. Both players taking a long time over selecting their decks here. I think we're going to be seeing decks picked specifically for this stage.
Yes, to my knowledge, both players have decks specifically for the stage. And we're seeing Ljovynn whip out the checkerboard deck.
Oh, I think we've seen Ljovynn use this deck before on Square Squared. I think it's a personal favorite of theirs. Checkerboard decks, we do not see them played much at all at the highest stage, the highest standard of play here. I think Ljovynn is the only real high-tier checkerboard deck player in the West.
Really is. It's I think the advantage of checkerboard is just the ability to just claim an area, because like you see with that merch play, he can claim a 25 tile area with only a 13 size card. Because you kind of need checkerboard cards to play inside a checkerboard. And so it's just gonna make it really, really hard for 90 to pierce the base.
Yeah, if Ljovynn is able to set up this merch here without getting pierced, they have a huge command over the stage and the ability to set up really efficient combos.
Yeah, that is a very interesting play to pull back, and I think there was E-Leader Scope that was played by 90. I'm curious. Now it looks like Ljovynn has a good amount of map control, and there's not really much that 90 is going to be able to do to pierce, other than play around the top left corner.
I think that might be what we're going to see 90 trying to do here. Ljovynn electing to play the undercover umbrella here,
which does not
quite managing to shut out 90.
You see Ljovynn playing Ink Brush. We see both. I think we see both Ink Brush and Octo Brush. Neither of which are cards very commonly seen, although again, Ljovynn kind of has a knack for playing really not common cards and deck styles like checkerboard. And just taking
the squid beacon sized hole right there. Ljovynn playing it there, getting 3 special only in this mid game here. Although I think 90 might be building special of their own. I'm
very curious if 90 just has not had a card to be able to poke in. There's so much area left there. Regardless, this is a very, very cleanly built and cleanly built board. Right, no tile left unclaimed.
I would say to anyone watching right now who is interested in checkerboard decks themselves, I would really recommend maybe pausing this stream on a frame where Ljovynn has got his deck screen built up and trying to copy it, because I think this might be the most competitive checkerboard deck that we've seen. I mean, period. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this really is like the only checkerboard deck that has seen even minor success.
Both players really with big areas of the stage where the tiles are really clumped up together. Both players are going to have really strong places to play their 312s towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and there's a perfect spot for Sprinkler, building up another 3 special. Okay, there Ljovynn sees it. Yeah, that's 3 special built up. That will be, if that does get played there, that would be really, really helpful. Though we'll have to see if Ljovynn does play it. And he does. Going into the final 2 turns, Ljovynn is down a little bit on points, but is making up for it with the 2 extra special points they currently have.
Seemingly wanting to play the captain there to try and find a spot where they can activate those 2 special to play the Inkstorm in the final turn. I'm not sure it's going to be there.
I'm very curious what Jovin's final card is, because you very well could opt to place Inkstorm now and play whatever your last card is on your. Let's see it. Oh, and the last card would have been 8 Manta. That is. And it looks like, assuming this is a good place for the triple ink strike. It does look like game 2 goes to 90. It's squared.
90 with the really strong special generation there, getting 10 special points there, managing to get a special charge every single turn, bar the final 3, and also that's including the turn where they played their triple ink strike there. Really strong ability to get lots of special. I wonder if it's going to carry over into this Main Street game. We're seeing Ljovynn roll out a deck with Emperor again. We're probably going to be seeing Ljovynn attempting to build up a very strong spawn combo, like we've seen previously, but obviously that's dependent on Ljovynn managing to secure their spawn at all.
Yeah, this is a very weird hand for Ljovynn. Normally his plan is to lead Captain Octavio, but unfortunately neither of those were drawn. And Ljovynn here having to decide whether he wants to prioritize the base combos, or no, decides to give up most of mid.
I think we're going to be seeing some very, very strong special generation here from Ljovynn, setting up that.
Yeah.
Setting up that spawn combo very early.
Yeah, right here. This game seems like it's going to come down to how well 90 is going to be able to keep up with Ljovynn's special generation. As it does look like Ljovynn is getting most of their combos off, but 90 has all that space up at the top. We're just going to have to throw that. Oh, 90's going to keep playing it. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to see an early special from Ljovynn, punishing 90 for not filling that space sooner.
This tri-stringer placement here, able to get access to both sides of that steel eel that 90 played turn 1.
That is very, very important.
Yeah, putting Ljovynn in a really strong position regardless of what 90 plays.
Although 90 does still have 5 more special, as unfortunately Ljovynn had to use all the special in order to break into 90's base. So we're gonna have to see if Ljovynn will be able to catch back up. Okay, that is a very efficient cutoff. With Ljovynn only having space to play on the other side. Luckily, Ljovynn does have a Clash Blaster that will be able to get them on track to catching back up with special.
90 taking a good long time to consider their possible choices here. They might be running out of space to make effective combos. These 5 special points we see for them right now might be some of the last ones they're able to get.
Yeah, I think Ljovynn is just gonna go play the Clash Blaster, try to gain just a few more special points back. Just try to gain the special points back. We're hopefully holding on to the point lead.
Ljovynn seemingly putting the finishing touches to their base combo. I don't think you can do much better than that. That is basically every single tile on the bottom third of the stage is almost immaculately filled in by Ljovynn here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the extra special is not going to be of very much use, as the only card that the biggest card that Ljovynn's going to make special is just his 312, which we can already afford. This is a ballpoint being special. It looks like Ljovynn is gonna be able. It looks like Jovin's gonna be able to end up holding the lead.
I think that might have been a perfect placement for the crab tank there, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, that was... Actually, wasn't quite a perfect placement, but it was very close. Just one vlog that it covered was yellow. It will be Ljovynn winning game 3. This is now match point. And 90 will be counterpicking the lakefront property.
Lakefront, I don't remember seeing Ljovynn manage to build a good spawn combo on lakefront, so this might be quite a smart pick by 90 here.
Yeah. Oh no!
That is really not a great starting hand.
If Ljovynn wants to come back from this, we're going to have to see a lot of top decks in a row. And when I say a lot, I mean basically every card we get from now till like turn 7. That is very, very unfortunate. Actually, it looks like 90 might not have had a much better hand. Playing Rapid very early is not something you usually want to do.
And Ljovynn also seemed to be playing very defensively with this tri-stringer here.
Trying to decide how they want to cover it. And they are defending very, very well, making sure nothing gets breached. I think Ljovynn is recognizing that this is a really bad hand. He is trying to play defensively to give time to give himself a little bit of time to cycle through the bad cards.
Yeah, if you have a walled off area that you don't want your opponents to get through, and your opponent can't get through, you can set up combos very safely if you don't have the other half of them.
Yeah, and it looks like Ljovynn finally got a bad draw as soon as his base was all successfully blocked off. And it looks like Ljovynn made it through the bad luck of his starting hand, at least so far. Oh, that is very annoying, and that cuts off the suction bomb combo that Ljovynn was hoping to go for.
Yeah, I think they might. They've got that suction bomb for the Mudmouth combo over on the right there. Although
I forgot about that. But trying to find some good way to fit in the Rapid Blaster.
Oh, that triple link strike pierce attempt foiled by the placement of the Tensitech there.
It's not foiled. It broke through a corner.
Oh, you're right, it did.
Luckily, able to block off the splatter shot. Very much struggling for where to put everything. 90 still has a good chunk of empty area in their base, as well as a point lead, and is catching up very rapidly on specials. This is not looking good for Ljovynn. At this point, Ljovynn really needs to catch up on special point, on points, not special points. Which unfortunately, there's not really many spots for Ljovynn to play his big cards. Just the one spot for Blob.
Yeah, that is true. But that being said, not a huge number of good spots for 90 to play their specials to get the maximum value against Ljovynn right now.
Yes. The only problem is that because 90 has a 25-point lead. Ljovynn's basically forced to do a big special here, and that will hopefully open up. And I'm assuming 90 is hoping that will open up a great spot for 90 to place their own special in.
Yeah, that is true. If 90 is running Ultra Stamp here, they will be able to place it very neatly on top.
Actually, I am just remembering, 90 played Triple Ink Strike. I wonder, is 90 running double special on this map?
I haven't seen 90 run double special before. I think they might have actually played their 312 earlier.
We gotta see, because I know 90 plays double special on some maps, but usually they don't run it with Triple Ink Strike, and they aren't running it.
Is that going to be enough?
Oh boy. Just barely. 90 squeaks out game 4, and this will be going to game 10.
Game 10, Duel on 10. It fits. We're going down right to the wire with this final game. I wonder what stage it's going to be on with Ljovynn's counterpick.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is going to be a stage to remember. Going to Double Gemini for game 10.
And we see Ljovynn starting off with a very, very big very large opening hand. Unfortunately, the ink vac is there, but every other card is amazing to have in your opener. And opting for Steelhead as a lead. That's a pretty good lead. Ooh, that's not quite where I'd expect. I would expect Shelly and Donnie to be played right about there.
Very vulnerable to getting pierced if Ljovynn does decide to go with this idea.
Yeah, I think right here it's almost worth it to just say screw it, except that you're getting pierced, because okay, that will pierce.
At the same time, Ljovynn in a good position there with the Shelly and Donnie able to reach around into 90 side of the stage if they don't deal with that issue.
Yeah, and I am curious if we're gonna see Ljovynn do anything about that crack-on piercing. And no, we're not. They're just gonna both agree to trade bases.
That's really going to mess with Ljovynn's ability to build up a big combo there.
Wow. 90 does decide to fall back and play Steelhead, but unfortunately that does not stop Ljovynn's push. Ljovynn can still play through that. Although Ljovynn's debating if they want to.
Ljovynn, I assume, is seeing the risk on that left-hand side, not wanting to get rushed by 90 again there, wanting that safe area on the left-hand side to build up their spawn combos, which as we've seen, have been so effective in the previous games.
Well, that's fair. Unfortunately, they will still get pierced. Forge will break through. And Ljovynn's kind of left not quite scrambling. There's a good number of options, but not entirely sure. That is ruling out the possibility of them playing Cohawk into a corner.
Yeah, very disruptive play right there for Squidforce, but also for Heavy Splatling right there. And 90 denying Ljovynn the ability to put down the strong combo from the on that bottom left-hand side.
Oh, if only Ljovynn was still running his burst bomb. That would have been great.
Burst bomb clutch, maybe not.
If only... Actually, Ljovynn did have the counter pick. We could have seen Ljovynn counter pick to River Drift and use the same strategy.
Oh, see, two Kohawks in the same corner, charging each other specials.
It is... 90 has a 5-point lead, but Ljovynn has a lead of 1 special. This is a very, very close game.
Yeah, going into these final stages of the game, lots of weird shapes all over the board. Going to be interesting to see how both players are able to exploit those to their own benefit.
Yeah, we're just going to see simple combos trying to gain special with their small cards. There's not really any room for any big cards anymore. We see both another 2 small cards being used. We're finally into the final turn.
Ljovynn going to be building up this really quite huge special point lead.
Yeah, 9 special. Ljovynn can just special whatever they want. My God.
Very efficient captain placement right there. It's more or less covering over the captain 90 played on turn 1.
Wow. And we're gonna have to see if what 90 is able to strike back with, because if whatever 90 specials does overlap, that captain could get overlaid quite a bit.
Yeah, we don't really see the special attacks overlaying too often, but on this double Gemini stage, where you haven't got the big groupings of...
We're having to see 90 only specialing a Squid Beacon. Ljovynn is having an 8-point lead going into the final turn.
Relatively good placement right there. I mean, Ljovynn's got quite a big lead going into this final game, final turn. Sorry.
Oh wait, yeah. Forget what I said about 8 points. That's a lot bigger. We're gonna have to see who wins this. And Ljovynn wins Golden Duel On,
taking that final turn. 10 special points generated.
That was an amazing game from both players. Yeah, congratulations, Ljovynn.
Yeah, right down to the finish there. Final game on Double Gemini really came down to those last couple of turns. We've been seeing some really excellent play throughout this tournament, but I think this final grand final set has been some of the most interesting table turf gameplay I have ever seen.
Yeah, heck, we even saw a checkerboard deck win a game. That is very rare occurrence.
Definitely one for the history books, I think.
Yeah, congratulations to both players. 90 played insanely well too. Just as we've said, these players that have played in this tournament are the best of the best. Just best of best from everywhere. So just being here, even no matter how poorly you place in this tournament, is an insane accomplishment.
Absolutely. 90 might not have won the Gold Duel On Sendu badge, but they have definitely cemented themselves really at the top of Western competitive table turf right here.
Yeah.
But of course, Ljovynn is our winner of Golden Duel On 10, showing everyone that checkerboard decks can be competitive. I really hope we see some more of that checkerboard gameplay in the future. Although that's all it is. That's all we've got for today.
Yeah. One last time, congratulations to everyone. And actually, where can I find you on where can I find you? Social medias or anything?
So my Twitter is at SirNerd2Bird, but I'm also on the TBS Discord as a moderator, but also someone who just sits around, talks about decks, talks about what's going on. We're definitely going to be having a big conversation about Ljovynn's decks, the checkerboard deck that you saw there. There's probably going to be a lot of discussion about that. So yeah, if you want to talk about what we've seen in this tournament so far, the TBS Discord is one of the best places for that. And yeah, what about you, Dr. Potato? Where can we find you?
I technically was required to put my Twitter up at Dr. Pogtato, but I don't use that Twitter ever. You'll be able to find me just regularly talking in the TBS Discord server. Which anybody watching this, any aspiring table turfers, join the table turf Discord server. That's how you can learn to compete in one of these golden duel ons. But that's all we have for today. So once again, congratulations to everybody competing, and
thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed commentating it.
Yeah. Have a great day.